Hi guys, your girl Ruth again here with another topic. How y'all doing? This is about life path 3. Um, so let's just dive in. I wrote some things, so I'm gonna read. I write things down so I won't forget. Sometime I get out choked up. Yeah, we think outside the box. People think we're spoiled. That's not my case. Um, I felt like I was a forgotten child. The last of 10, the baby girl, and I think my parents were tired and didn't want to put a lot into me because they, had more kids. Like I say, my dad married my mom with 7 kids, had 2 more, and he was always going working 3 jobs, and she had to do a lot by herself. Um, my mom usually came to me for advice and strength. It was difficult because I needed her, but knowing her background, as she told me, I acted more of a mother in some ways, a lot than her. A lot was put on me. I handled it, but I just wanted to get noticed too. But as time passed, we became like friends. I never came to her when things hurt with my life and relationship. I felt um, she had a lot on her plate. She was always telling me what happened to her when she was young, so I didn't tell her a lot. Um, until about my relationships or anything. I felt I had a lot on. Okay, with my siblings and stuff, they kept her very busy. We helped raise my nieces and nephews with her, and some of them took care of their own, but a whole lot of them did not. She always said I was so strong and I didn't need her. I just didn't feel like she would listen. When I had tried, she told her, when I tried to tell her about my problems or relationships, she would say, they're going to mess over you, I stopped letting guys, I stopped letting guys come to the house because she would judge them and say they wasn't cute enough or whatever because that wasn't the type of guy she would date. I kind of had that in my head for years, feeling no one would love me and they will, always mess over me. But, child listened to stuff that happened. I thought my mama word was gold, what she told me to do. So I just expected my relationships to be bad. My sister also, we and her had the same dad. And for some reason, I guess maybe because we was born 1 year apart. And so she had some she would always get mad and pick on me. I told y'all some of her story, and she would always say, "People don't like you. Nobody like you," and our friends and stuff became just her friends. I felt, and they would all push me away, keep secret, didn't want me to go with them. My cousins didn't like that in Louisiana. Also, I was real growing up. They wouldn't want to tell me nothing. They was always trying to get away from me, or it's always a little nitpicking, and uh, so I learned to play and go alone and play by myself and find other friends, find me some other friends, Um, they say life past 3 can do a lot of things. Yeah, I can multitask. We can do that. But I used to get so distracted and didn't finish anything. There was always someone around who needed my help and didn't support me. So I put my dreams on hold. I remember I had the opportunity to open up a retail shop. I was really proud of that shop. Yeah, I was so happy. I had dreams for that shop. I sold old and new clothes, but I said later on I noticed in the neighborhood what was needed. It was needed a little store, and later on I had plans to do that later on. But I really was happy about this. My husband at the time didn't want me to open it, but I did it anyway. That was my dream. He didn't never want to support anything I said or did. It was all about him. He didn't want to do nothing. He wanted me to always use my money the way he wanted me to and have me spend every dime. He didn't want me to buy new things. He would complain and didn't want to help, even the kids' clothes. He wanted to just go to the thrift store. But if I bought something new for him, oh, I was the best wife ever. Oh, I was the, okay. Um, but I still bought new and old clothes for the kids because I like to mix and match during that time, you know. He would come to the shop only to show his friends, but never tried to help me, child. Never. Never want to pay me with the rent, anything. At that time, we didn't have rent to pay for our apartment because his family home it caught on fire, and we moved and we had to move. And I told him months ahead, me and my insurance lady, to get fire insurance, and I always kept all kind of insurance. But he pretended that everything would be good if something would happen, and didn't want to talk about it, even life insurance for itself. He said me and the insurance lady was trying to kill him. Crazy. So back to my mother. She worked with me while I ran the shop, and the days I was there, I would make a profit. But when she was there, she didn't. She made a little bit. I would tell her to keep that. I was only open a couple of months. I had to work also, so I grew. And I had 5 kids during that time. Yeah. So she grew tired of the money not coming in fast enough. So she started talking to my siblings, and they convinced her to leave. Say someone would rob the place, but we had good security. It was like a beauty shop, barber shop next door, and they were very friendly and nice. They would always check on us, and they had someone that always patrolled outside, or something. And then other black people in the neighborhood, they would help black businesses. During that time, was a lot of black businesses, and I was so proud of that. Um, yeah, they looked out for us. Uh, yeah, they would show me how to sell, and even the lady that I rented for, she was real nice. She would show me how to sell and do different things too. So I ended up closing in a year. Yeah, I ended up closing it. I just put everything out. The old new, I didn't even care. I just put all the clothes out. I didn't care what. I was just so disappointed. Um, I couldn't afford to work and keep it open as well and pay the rent. I was getting behind on my rent because I wanted to make sure that I, pay the bills at home, which it was nothing really to pay. But he wanted to make sure that he needed money for something, food or something. Before that, well, when I first opened the place, my husband and I and the kids, we had to stay in a business for about a month before I even opened up, until the Red Cross came, because of the fire of the house. So Red Cross had to get everything together. So we had to find somewhere to stay. Um, then he was he was glad then, but he wouldn't admit it that he was glad that I did it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had nowhere to stay. So Life Past 3 don't have it all good as people think. Oh, but I'm learning how about fulfilling my dreams and going full force and stop letting stuff distract me, which a whole lot of things is, oh my goodness.